NASA says it has detected the at first signs of considerable smelting in a bandage of glaciers in East Antarctica. The area has length been deliberate, steady and untouched by several of the more than drama changes happening in another place on the mainland. But satellites include now shown how ice streams fleeing in the sea on a-eighth of the east shoreline include thinned and sped up. If the tendency continues, it has ensuing consequences for next sea levels. Down there is quite ice in the drain basins in the segment of Antarctica to lift the altitude of the world oceans by 28 m, if it were all too molten of. How's the water supply counterpart to 4 persons Greenland's of ice pack, told Catherine Goer of NASA's Goddard Area Flying Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. Dr. Goer has been manufacturing the largest of a new lead at the agent to trial enormous numbers of Sputnik images to get a more than solved and more than prompt type of witches event in East Antarctica. Previous, scientists had been aware how the area's Totten ice house was testing smelting, largest perhaps as a outcome of its railway station creature offended by hot water supply upcoming up of the profound sea. Cute lot all else in how portion of the mainland was deliberate congestive, yet the new Sputnik height and speed maps changing the type. They do it precise how neighboring glaciers to Totten are as well start to answer in a such path. Noted changing is detected in the Vincennes Bay and Denman areas fair to the western, and in Harbour Porpoise Bay and on the George VI shore to the east. Vincennes Bay, that includes the undergrowth, Ties, Adams and Vanderford glaciers, has the largest declared losing in ice massive. Height is falling down at 5 times the bet it was in 2008, in a full drop in altitude above the time of nearly 3 m. They've as well sped up on 3% of their 2008 speed. That sounds little but is considerable quite to changing the flow upcoming out of such glaciers since they are really profound, told Dr. Goer. One day once again the smelting perpetrator is potential to be hot water supply. How is creature stretched up of the profound by changing ocean ice and breeze patterns in the area? The changes how are happening are yet rather thin, and they are just very noticeable since of the new automatic machine toolkit how will searching via the millions of Sputnik images undertaken of Antarctica. NASA is on to expand accessing to these toolkit via a draft named Intermission Period episode of Earth Ice Speed and Height, or her_live. I believe we can foresee how above the following 5 to 10 year, we're departure to include a lot of experimentally managed show, such as which Catherine is manufacturing, since of the new information house upcoming on the internet, told Alex Gardner, a glaciologist in NASA's Jet Traction Lab in Pasadena, California.